Well, we know all about the weather in Northwest Ohio. Beautiful, sunny, 80 a week ago, and games postponed because of snow this week. But we've still got plenty of baseball and plenty of season ahead of us as we welcome in Jordan Cairo, the Director of Scouting for Prep Baseball Report Ohio. Jordan, thank you for joining us tonight.
No problem. How are we doing, Mark?
Pretty good, pretty good. Let's talk a little about the Three Rivers Athletic Conference as we're starting to learn a little bit more about the league, and Clay looking pretty good so far for the Eagles.
Yep, now they're 3-0 in the track, and a lot of what we talked about at the beginning of the year, you're starting to see already. Jared Horston, which when you talk about that Clay pitching staff is just so deep, and then you got guys like Vinny Gallagher and CJ Bordeaux at the top of that rotation, and if Jared can keep doing what he's doing, he's an Ohio Dominican commit. He's had as good of a spring as anybody on the mound thus far, but he had another really good performance. So that could give them a legitimate three-headed monster, and that's not even considering a couple other college commits they have. So very talented on the mound, and then their veterans in the lineup continue to get it done. So yeah, they're 3-0, and they're starting to look like the early favorite.
St. John's Titans breathing right down their necks, though.
Yeah, St. John's is good, man. I mean, guy we talked about last week, Jacob Duquette, he's the Eastern Michigan commit, big dog on the mound, 6'4". We've seen him up to 90 miles an hour. He threw an absolute gem against Fremont Ross this week, striking out 9. I think he only gave up 1 hit in that outing. Sophomore Ben Nicarts had a good game there too, but that's a good lineup over at Fremont Ross, and they did a nice job settling down. And then, like we've talked about in the previous weeks, with that veteran presence they have in the middle of the lineup with Wagner and Duquette and those guys, they're going to put up runs in just about every game they play.
A year ago, Perrysburg thought they were going to be in a pretty good position, and then Connor Wallensack changes his mind, decides he's going to play football instead of baseball, early enrolls at the University of Toledo to play football, so they don't have Connor Wallensack. He was actually at their game on Friday, checking out as a fan, but without Connor Wallensack, that's still a very good Yellow Jacket team.
Yeah, Connor's such a great kid, by the way. One of my favorite dudes I've went through the process with. So great human being. Glad he found a home playing football, but they still have a lot of talent. Yeah, losing a guy like that is tough, but they got college commitments like Matt Gass, who had himself a good game, and a player that's starting to come along really well is Jack Losey, infielder, very talented. He's been showing really well, and at a school like Perrysburg, they're always going to have talent. So they're just going to have to get different guys maybe than they would have thought at the beginning of the year with Connor switching over to football, but trust me, they still got more than enough talent in that lineup to put up some runs.
Plenty of talented Anthony Wayne as well. The Generals with a nice victory last week, knocking off Northview.
Yeah, another good anytime you can beat the division state champion, that's a good win. But speaking of, I feel like we're kind of hitting the same theme with all these teams. It's just the veteran talent that we have in Northwest Ohio is very impressive. At the top of their lineup, Bryce Anderson, he had a big day, went 4 for 4. The guys like Cody Keller, Jack Benefelt had multiple hits. So they got guys that have been getting hits for a long time in the middle of that lineup. And then Capital commit Drew Funt came in, shut it down through 3 scoreless innings. So he's a guy that very talented dude, 6'4", swings it from the left side as well. Might do both at the next level of Capital, but yeah, they have 6 or 7 college commits. They're going to run out there every day and be competitive every single time they run out there.
All right, that's going to do us for us tonight, as we want to thank our guest, Jordan Cairo from Prep Baseball Report Ohio, for joining us and talking a little Ohio high school baseball. Thanks, Jordan.
Yep, see you next week.